Have you ever stopped to think about your birth month? I mean, really thought about it, not just as a date on a calendar, but as a part of your story. Maybe you feel a certain way or face the same problems again and again. Maybe you have talents you can't explain. What if I told you that the month you were born in holds a key to understanding all of this? This is not a coincidence. In fact, according to ancient Buddhist wisdom, your birth month was no accident. It carries a special energy, a vibration, and even a mission for your soul. When you understand what is behind your birth month, your life starts to make more sense. The things you feel, the struggles you face, your relationships, everything begins to fall into place. But before we explore the meaning of your birth month, you need to know one thing. This is not common knowledge. This is not the astrology you read in the newspaper or a superstition from the internet. What you are about to learn comes from very old teachings. These teachings were protected, studied, and passed down through many generations within the Buddhist spiritual path. Because of this, when you learn this information, you are also learning a piece of your own spiritual map. It is a map that perhaps no one ever taught you how to read. You might be surprised by what you discover. Many of your actions, your pains, your blockages, and even your greatest gifts are connected to the cycle of the month you were born in. By understanding this, you gain a key to self-knowledge. This key can change how you see yourself, how you deal with other people, and most importantly, how you use your energy in life. It is possible that you are living in a way that is the opposite of what you were born to be. And now, the time has come to find your true path. So please, stay with me until the end. This can truly open your eyes. But first, if you find this helpful, please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment telling me where you are watching from. I really want to know how far this message is reaching. Very few people know this, but within Buddhist wisdom, there is an ancient teaching that connects your birth month to your soul's spiritual mission. We are not talking about horoscopes or popular numerology. This is different. These teachings come from deep meditation and observation. Spiritual masters spent their lives watching energy patterns in people. They saw that these patterns were connected to the lunar, solar, and cosmic cycles that were active at the moment of a person's birth. For them, being born in a certain time of the year was not random, it was a code. This code represented the tests you would face, the gifts you were born with, and most importantly, the kind of energy your soul has carried since your very first breath. Your birth month was seen as a key. It unlocked the tone of your life's journey, the paths you were meant to learn from, and the blockages you would have to overcome. This was not used to put people in boxes or to label them. It was the opposite. It was a map of consciousness, a guide to help everyone wake up with more clarity, more lightness, and more truth. Most people live their whole lives without ever knowing that they carry this hidden map inside them, written in their own birthday. But now that you are here, ready to discover what your month says about you, nothing will feel random anymore. You will understand why certain emotions are so strong for you, why some parts of life always seem harder, and, most importantly, how to use this knowledge in your daily life. Not everyone is ready for this kind of wisdom, but if you are hearing this now, perhaps your soul is ready to listen. The spiritual meaning of your birth month, January, the karmic builder. Those born in January carry an ancient energy of structure, beginnings, and strength. But this is not a loud or flashy strength. It is a quiet, resilient force that shows itself over time. People born in January often feel from a very young age that they need to be strong. Even as children, the world seems to expect them to be mature before their time. It is as if life is telling them, "You came first, so you must be the strong one." This feeling can become a heavy, silent burden. In Buddhist wisdom, January is the month of the karmic builders. Those born in this time are called to start cycles. They start cycles not only in their own lives, but in the lives of the people around them. They are old souls. Without even realizing it, they clear paths for others to follow. But this role comes with a price. These people often go through more emotional tests and carry a loneliness that is hard to explain. After all, the one who goes first often has to walk without a map. It is very common for them to feel a deep need for control. They want to plan everything and leave nothing to chance. This comes from the soul. It is their spirit trying to create order in a world that can often feel chaotic. Often this shows up as anxiety, rigidity, or being too hard on themselves. Here is a crucial point. People born in January need to learn to trust. They need to trust the invisible, trust in time, and trust that not everything depends only on them. This is one of their biggest spiritual lessons. But do not be mistaken. Behind all that hardness and need for control, there is a very deep sensitivity. These people care much more than they show. They feel for others, they absorb the energy of their environment, and they have a sense of justice that is so sharp it can sometimes hurt them as they try to protect the people they love. The spirituality of a January person is practical. It is not made of beautiful words, but of real actions. They are the people who silently hold the world together for others, all while trying to understand their own place in it. The great gift of January is subtle leadership. It is not the kind of leadership that shouts or commands. It is the kind that inspires through example, consistency, and firmness. These people were born to build, not just buildings or projects, but emotional and spiritual structures. They are the base, the foundation. But to access this amazing potential, they must first let go of the weight they carry. They must understand. They are not here to save the world. They are here to evolve within it. And by doing that, they end up transforming everything around them. If you were born in January, take a deep breath. You are not alone. Everything you have been through was not a punishment. It was a preparation. You no longer need to carry everything by yourself. Buddhist spirituality teaches that true strength is not about enduring pain, but about allowing yourself to be light. When you understand the mission of your birth month, you can begin to make peace with who you are. January is a beginning, but it is also about consciousness. And your awakening starts right now. February, the visionary soul. Those born in February carry one of the most intense and misunderstood energies in the spiritual cycle. From an early age, these people feel like they do not fit in. They do not think like other people. They do not feel like other people. They often find themselves asking, "Why am I like this?" The spiritual answer from Buddhist teachings is simple and profound. You did not come to fit in, you came to awaken. February is the month of the visionary souls. These are people who sense the future, who live in the world of the invisible, and who see what is beneath the surface. They have a very strong spiritual connection to the air element. This means their inner world is made of ideas, intuitions, sudden inspirations, and emotions that can change quickly. They pick up on things that no one else notices, often knowing that something will happen before there is any visible sign. But this can be painful because the world around them cannot always keep up with their inner speed. People born in February often live with a feeling of mental and emotional loneliness. This is not because they do not have people around them, but because they crave connections with more depth. The spiritual mission of these souls is clear: to break patterns. They came into this world to question, to take things apart, to transform. They are the ones who do not accept rules just because that's how it's always been. They are the ones who challenge structures, dogmas, and systems. But this comes with a high price. They face misunderstanding, criticism, and sometimes exclusion. Because of this, many people born in February go through times where they want to be alone, where they search deeply for themselves, or where they have a crisis about who they are. But all of this is part of their calling. You are here to be different, and that is your strength. In past lives, those born in February often had experiences of being alone or were people who challenged spiritual and social rules. So, in this life, a common karma is the feeling of being too much or not fitting in anywhere. But from the Buddhist point of view, this is exactly the situation where this soul can evolve. By learning to accept itself exactly as it is, without needing approval from the outside world. The challenge is big. But when the February soul aligns with its truth, it shines a unique light into the world. The great gift of these people is their intuition mixed with creativity. They are inventive and have ideas that might seem strange at first, but later make perfect sense. When they trust their feelings, they open up paths that no one else could see. They are also great emotional healers. Even without trying, they can bring peace, relief, and inspiration to others. But to do this, they must learn to take care of their own energy. They need to protect themselves from environments and people that drain their vital force. If you were born in February, maybe you have never heard this before. So listen carefully now. You are not strange. You are necessary. The world needs your unique perspective, your free heart, and your courage to be who you are. Your spirituality is not made of rules, but of inner freedom. Only when you honor yourself do you begin to live the purpose for which you were born. February is not the month of the ordinary. It is the month of those who came to wake up consciousness. March, the compassionate healer. People born in March often carry a different aura. It is as if they are made of something lighter, more subtle, and at the same time, deeply intense. They have a rare sensitivity. Their heart feels things before their mind can even understand. They have an empathy so deep that they often absorb the pain of other people without realizing it. In the Buddhist spiritual view, March is the month of souls who came with the gift of compassion. But this gift, like all powerful things, also comes with its own challenges. Those born in March bring with them a spiritual history linked to healing. This is not necessarily physical healing, but energetic, emotional, and spiritual healing. They are people who inspire comfort. They can calm someone just with their presence, with their gaze, or with a few quiet words. However, because they feel so much, they are also open to emotional hurt, disappointment, and deep pain. And here is a truth that few people know. Anyone with a healing soul almost always had to heal themselves first. This is why these people go through pains that seem to have no clear reason. The great challenge for these souls is to learn how to set boundaries without losing their gentle nature. They tend to give too much, to put themselves last, to keep the peace, and to accept less than they deserve because they are afraid of letting people down. But their mission is not to please the world. Their mission is to be a channel of light that transforms the world by standing firm in their own truth. Spiritually, March represents the start of a new vibrational cycle. It is a time when the soul begins to expand its consciousness and understand that to love also means to respect oneself. These people have a very strong connection to the invisible world, intuition, prophetic dreams, feelings they cannot explain. All of this is part of their journey. They are the ones who feel when something is wrong, who notice what no one is talking about, who know things without knowing how they know. And when they start to trust this feeling, instead of trying to force themselves into a logical box, they access a real spiritual power. That is when the gift of healing shows itself not as a job to do for others, but as a living presence in the world. If you were born in March, you may have felt that you carry a lightness that the world does not understand, or a sadness that you cannot always name. But please understand, this duality is your beauty. You are like water, fluid, deep, and transformative. Buddhist spirituality sees you as a spirit in transition, in expansion, who is learning to heal without being hurt, to feel without drowning. When you embrace this, you stop being just a sensitive person and you become someone with the power to transform everything around you, starting from within. April, the courageous initiator. Those born in April carry a vibrant energy of beginnings, movement, and courage. They are people who are rarely overlooked because they have a presence that changes the environment, whether quietly or with great intensity. From a young age, people born in this month feel an inner push to act, to experience, to create new trails. Spirituality sees April as the month of the initiators, of souls who came to set life in motion. But for this very reason, they also face many challenges in learning how to handle their own strength. This inner strength shows up in many ways: determination, courage, independence, and initiative. But along with this strength, there is a heart that often feels lonely. This is because those who create new paths usually have to walk alone at the beginning. It is common for April people to go through times of misunderstanding, criticism, or resistance from others. This happens because their energy disturbs patterns that are stuck. They did not come to repeat what others have done. They came to transform, even if it is difficult. The great challenge for these souls is to learn how to balance action with patience. People born in April tend to be impatient. They want quick results, and they feel that the world is too slow. This can lead to frustration, impulsive actions, and even self-sabotage. From a spiritual view, this is their central lesson: learning to use their powerful energy in a conscious way, without getting tired, without getting lost. It is like learning to use a strong flame without burning yourself. And when they learn this, they become natural leaders. Not because of a title, but because they inspire others. The spiritual gift of April is the ability to open paths, not just for themselves, but for others. They are the people who have new ideas, who start projects, who inspire change in their families, their work, and their communities. Even if they do not realize it, they are always starting cycles that help other people, but they need to learn to take care of themselves in the process. They often put all their energy into the outside world and forget to nourish their own inner world. Strength needs deep roots to keep it standing. If you were born in April, maybe you have always felt that your life is a constant new beginning, that you are always at the start of something, never in the middle. But please understand, this is not a mistake. It is your essence. You came to initiate, to move, to inspire. Buddhist spirituality sees in you a pioneering soul, carrying inside it the spark of something new. When you accept this role, you stop fighting against yourself and you start using your energy in a conscious way. You transform not only your own life, but everything you touch. May, the stable anchor. Those born in May often carry an energy of stability and presence. They are the people who, even when they are silent, bring a feeling of safety. They do not need to make a lot of noise to be noticed. Their strength is in their constancy, in the way they remain steady when everything around them seems to be falling apart. In the Buddhist spiritual view, May represents souls who came to anchor, to provide a base, to offer sustenance and structure, first for themselves and then for the world. From a very young age, these people feel an almost instinctive need for balance. They like what is familiar. They like to build things slowly, They like to feel that they have roots. But at the same time, they live in a world where everything is always changing. And this is where their first big spiritual challenge is born, learning to keep their inner peace even when there is chaos outside. People born in May tend to suffer more when they are pushed out of their comfort zone. But it is exactly in these moments that their soul can grow, expanding its ability to adapt. These people also have a deep connection to their senses. They enjoy touch, taste, music, and the beauty of the world around them. But behind this, there is something bigger. What they are really looking for is a connection with what is real, with what has true value. They hate superficial things, empty relationships, and broken promises. They value what is simple but true. And spiritually, this is a rare and beautiful quality, the ability to see the essential in a world full of distractions. The spiritual gift of May people is the ability to sustain others with their presence. They are the ones who do not give up easily, who build solid things, who are always there when others need them. But they often do not get the same support in return. And that is why their second great challenge is to learn to give without emptying themselves, to care for others without forgetting to care for themselves, to be strong without losing who they are. They need spaces where they can grow calmly, without being pressured to change their nature. If you were born in May and have often felt stuck or too slow for today's fast world, please understand one thing. You are not late, you are anchored. You came to teach by example that steadiness is also a strength, that patience is also a wisdom, that constancy can also transform the world. Spirituality sees you as a soul that sustains, that nourishes, that builds. And when you honor this natural rhythm that lives inside you, everything around you begins to grow in a more true and beautiful way. June. The bridge of communication. People born in June usually have a restless mind and a curious heart. They have a thirst for knowledge, for conversation, for understanding the world and the people in it. The spiritual energy they are born with is deeply linked to the gift of communication, listening, and the sharing of ideas. But this is much deeper than it seems. According to Buddhist wisdom, being born in June means you carry the mission of being a bridge between what is inside and what is outside, between what is felt and what is said, between chaos and balance. But this gift also carries a pain. People born in June often feel that no one truly understands them. They live with a mind that never stops. It is always full of thoughts, ideas, feelings, and possibilities. And on the outside, the world always seems more shallow than what is happening inside their mind. This creates an empty feeling that is hard to explain, the feeling of having so much to say and so few people who are really willing to listen. Because of this, many of them end up holding back, silencing their own truth, or getting lost in the need to make other people happy. The soul born in June came to learn how to use words as a form of healing. But to do this, it must first learn to be true to itself. Many of these people go through phases where they change themselves too much to meet the world's expectations. They try to be what others want them to be. But this causes a spiritual disconnection because their true essence is about being authentic, adaptable, and transparent. Their great lesson is to realize that they can adapt to situations without having to leave their true self behind. The gift of these people is in bringing lightness, awareness, and clarity to others. When they express themselves truthfully, they can touch the people around them in a deep way. They have the rare ability to say things that free people, that calm people, that make others feel seen and understood. This is why many of them become counselors, teachers, therapists, or artists, sometimes without any formal training, just by following their intuition. And when they are aligned with their spirituality, They become true messengers of light. If you were born in June and feel that you carry the whole world inside you, know this: that is part of your mission. You came into this world to remind people of the power that exists in words, in simple gestures, in honest connections. But all of this begins when you learn to listen to your own inner voice. Buddhist spirituality sees your soul as a guide of consciousness, a spark of clarity in times of confusion. Your mind is quick, but your heart is wise. When the two come together, you become unstoppable. July, the guardian soul. People born in July often carry a deep sensitivity that they cannot always explain. They are intense, emotional, intuitive, and they almost always have a natural instinct to protect everything and everyone around them. Buddhist spirituality sees July as the month of the guardian souls, those who come into the world with the mission of protecting what is sacred. This could be family, emotional bonds, or the inner space of the people they care about. They feel the world in a different way, as if everything was stronger, more real, and deeper. From a young age, those born in July experience a type of pain that others do not always see. They are souls who get hurt easily, not because they are weak, but because they feel everything so strongly. A word said in a harsh tone can hurt them for days. A silence from someone they love can feel like abandonment. And yet, even with all this vulnerability, these people do not stop caring. They get hurt and they keep loving. They get disappointed and they keep believing. They are made of a rare kind of strength, the kind that does not become hard or bitter. But this gift also carries a weight, the weight of putting other people's needs above their own. People born in July have the spiritual challenge of learning to protect themselves too. Because a soul that cares for others will slowly become empty if it does not know how to care for itself. These people need to understand that their own heart is a temple. They can only continue to be a safe place for others if they keep this temple clean, light, and full of light. Loving other people should never mean abandoning yourself. The spiritual power of July lies in deep intuition and unconditional love. They are people who often just know things without knowing how they know. They sense what is coming. They perceive what others are hiding. They feel the energy of a room as if it were their own. Because of this, they can often feel overwhelmed, tired for no reason, or emotionally confused. But when they learn to tell the difference between their own feelings and the feelings of others, and when they learn to filter what they take in, they become powerful channels of healing. If you were born in July, know that your sensitivity is a gift, not a flaw. You are not here to become hard. You are here to show that it is possible to be strong with an open heart. Spirituality sees in you a guardian soul, someone who came to teach by example that love is still the most powerful force in the universe. Your mission is to protect, but never to hide. Your soul was made to shine, even when it carries scars, because it is often in those scars that your brightest light is found. August. The soul leader. Those born in August carry an energy that is impossible to ignore. Even when they try to be quiet, they end up being seen. They have a strong presence and an inner light, an intense vibration that seems to say, "I came here to make a difference." In Buddhist spirituality, August is the month of souls who came to lead. But this is not leadership in the traditional sense, with titles and power. This is leadership from the soul. They are people born with a clear mission to light the fire of courage in others, simply by being who they are. From a young age, those born in this month feel that they are different. They are often seen as too intense, too proud, or even difficult to deal with. But behind this image is a soul that deeply needs to be understood. These people have an inner fire, a passion for life, a strength of presence that can either build things up or tear them down, depending on how it is used. The biggest spiritual challenge for an August soul is to master this force without putting out the fire. And this is only possible with self-awareness, humility, and emotional maturity. The August soul came to learn how to unite its power with its heart. These are people who, when they are balanced, become natural leaders, the kind who inspire, motivate, and protect others. But when they are hurt or off balance, they can become controlling, authoritarian, or very closed off. This happens because they have a deep need to feel recognized and valued. The key for them is to understand that their true value does not come from what others see in them, but from what they recognize and honor in themselves. When an August person learns this lesson, they become an incredible force for good. Their passion turns into purpose. Their intensity becomes a powerful focus. They can achieve great things and inspire many people to do the same. Their gift is the ability to see the potential in situations and in people, and then to help bring that potential to life. They are like a catalyst for change and growth, but they must be careful. Their strong energy can sometimes be too much for more sensitive people. They need to learn the wisdom of gentle action, knowing when to push forward and when to step back. They need to remember that true leadership is about service, not about being in charge. It is about lifting others up, not standing above them. If you were born in August, you may have felt the pressure of your own power. You may have been told you are too much. But I am here to tell you that the world needs your fire. It needs your passion and your ability to take charge. Do not apologize for your strength. Instead, learn to wield it with wisdom and compassion. Your soul did not come to be a quiet follower. It came to be a leader of light. When you align your powerful will with a loving heart, there is no limit to the beauty you can create. Spiritually, the gift of these people is brave honesty. They are the ones who have the power to show everyone else that it is okay to be different. It is okay to stand up for yourself. It is more than okay to dream big dreams. These individuals are disruptive. They are intense. They are full of passion. They often will not accept anything less than what they feel they truly deserve. But the growth of the August soul happens at a specific moment. This is the moment it learns a very important lesson. It learns that its own bright light does not need to make others' light seem dim. Its purpose is not to overshadow anyone. Its true purpose is to light up the path for others. It is to show the way. When this person finds that balance, something beautiful happens. They become spiritual guides. And often, they do this without even trying. They do it without even realizing they are doing it. If you were born in August, you might have felt a certain way throughout your life. You may have felt that the world was constantly trying to put your fire out. You may have felt that people tried to make your light smaller. They may have tried to cut your courage down to a more manageable size. But you must understand something fundamental about your existence. You did not come into this world to hide. You were not created to be small. Your soul, your very essence, is made of fire. It is made of movement. It is made of true and honest expression. From the view of Buddhist spirituality, you are seen in a specific light. You are someone who came to this earth to lead by example. You are meant to lead with integrity. You are meant to lead with passion. You are meant to lead with a full and complete presence. Your natural strength can be frightening to some people. It frightens those who have not yet discovered their own inner power. But for those who are ready, for those who are searching, you become something incredibly important. You become the lighthouse standing firm in the storm. And this world is full of people who are lost in the dark, desperately needing that very light to find their way home. People born in September generally do not like to be the center of attention. They are more discreet. They are observant. They prefer to work behind the scenes. They would much rather act from there than put themselves in the middle of everything. But behind this quiet and reserved profile, there is a powerful and intelligent mind. There is a soul that vibrates with a deep sense of purpose. In the Buddhist spiritual view, September is known as the month of very specific souls. These are the souls who came into the world to organize. They came to analyze. They came to heal. They came to serve. And the interesting thing is how they do this work. They do it without any fuss. They do it with a natural humility and a profound depth. They are like those who understand a great secret, that the smallest details are what ultimately sustain the entire structure of life. From a very young age, these people develop a sharp and critical sense. They notice everything. They see what is out of place. They perceive what is unresolved. They are aware of things that no one else even notices. This ability becomes both a wonderful gift and a heavy burden. On one side, it gives them an ease for solving complex problems. They are good at improving processes. They are excellent at helping other people organize their emotional lives. On the other side, they often end up being incredibly demanding on themselves. They expect a level of perfection that is hard to reach. They can become deeply frustrated with small failures. They live in a constant state of conflict with their own humanity, with the fact that to be human is to be imperfect. The great spiritual challenge for these September souls is learning a simple but difficult lesson. They must learn to accept the imperfect as a necessary part of life's beauty. Not everything needs to be under their control. Not everything needs to be flawless and impeccable. An internal rigidity can lead to anxiety. It can cause insomnia. It can fuel excessive and harsh self-criticism. When this inner tension takes over, the natural flow of spiritual life gets blocked. The path forward for them is to learn how to breathe deeply. It is to learn to let go. It is to learn to trust the process of life itself. The September soul needs to understand its true purpose. It did not come into this world to fix everything that is broken. It came to inspire others by its own example. It is meant to inspire with lightness and with discernment. Their true spiritual gift lies in the act of conscious service. They are souls who take genuine pleasure in helping others. They find joy in improving the world around them. They are masters at transforming chaos into order. They are healers, but they heal with simple, practical gestures. They heal with thoughtful advice. They heal with subtle care and a precise word offered at the right time. Very often, they are the unseen pillars. They are the ones who sustain the emotional structure of their groups, their families, and their projects, even if no one ever notices their work. And when they are aligned with their true essence, they become unshakable pillars of balance wherever they go. They do not shine with a loud ego. They shine with a powerful, silent, and steady presence. If you were born in September, you may have felt a certain pressure your whole life. You may have felt that you are always correcting the world, always trying to make sense of everything you see. But you need to hear this. You do not need to carry the immense weight of perfection. Your soul is valuable, not because it fixes everything that is broken, but because it sees what no one else can see. Buddhist spirituality recognizes in you a rare kind of wisdom. It is the wisdom that transforms through simplicity. It transforms through deep listening. It transforms through sincere and selfless giving. You do not need to be perfect to be worthy. You just need to continue being whole, to continue being your true and complete self. People born in October carry a unique and special energy. It is a deep, heartfelt desire for harmony. They genuinely hate conflicts. They actively avoid confrontations. They have a finely tuned emotional radar. This radar can perceive when something is out of alignment. It can be in a room's atmosphere, in a conversation, or even in a simple silent exchange of glances between two people. In Buddhist spirituality, October is known as the month of the mediator souls. These are the souls who came into the world to be a bridge between extremes. They came to pacify tensions. They came to cultivate beauty wherever they go. But like any elevated mission, this beautiful purpose also brings with it some hidden pains. From an early age, these people develop a natural charisma. They are pleasant to be around. They are diplomatic. They know how to talk to all kinds of people. They possess a powerful social intuition. They can perceive the hidden intentions behind people's words. They can feel when a person is being fake or when an important truth has been left unsaid. Because of this heightened sensitivity, they often live with deep internal dilemmas. They simply see more than they would sometimes like to see. Many people born in October suffer in silence. They do not want to be the one to ruin the mood or cause a problem. But inside, they struggle with the constant pressure of always having to be the one who maintains the peace. The biggest spiritual challenge for these souls is understanding a crucial distinction. They must learn that true harmony is not the absence of conflict. True harmony is the presence of truth. Those born in October need to learn how to stand their ground firmly, even when it causes discomfort for others. The fear of displeasing people can lead them to a dangerous place. It can lead to self-negation. It can lead to living a life of superficiality. It can lead to the constant feeling that they are playing a role just to be accepted by others. When this happens, the soul loses its authentic strength. Therefore, the spiritual awakening for these people happens at a specific moment. It happens when they learn to choose their own inner peace, even if that choice displeases other people. October's spiritual gift lies in a beautiful ability. They have the ability to see both sides of any situation, and yet to know clearly which side is their own. They are balanced souls by their very nature. They bring beauty, elegance, and a refined emotional wisdom into every environment they enter. When they are connected to their center, they can see with great clarity. They see where everything should be. They see how relationships could flow more smoothly. They see what needs to be adjusted so that everyone involved has the space to grow. These people become gentle leaders. They are the ones who transform situations without needing to command. They are the ones who guide others without needing to impose their will. If you were born in October and have often felt pressured, this is for you. If you felt you had to be the family's glue, the group's peacemaker, or the one who always has to be okay, please know this. You do not need to sacrifice your own self for the sake of balance. You yourself are the balance. Buddhist spirituality recognizes in you a rare kind of soul. You came to teach the world a profound lesson. You are here to show that peace is not achieved by running away from chaos. True peace is achieved by choosing truth, but choosing it with love. When you listen to your own heart, when you respect your own needs, and when you present your true self to the world with authenticity, you do more than just heal yourself. You help the entire world do the same. People born in November have a depth that is rarely visible at first glance. They tend to be reserved. They are often silent, but you just need to look into their eyes for a moment to notice something. There is something different there. There is a profound depth. In Buddhist spirituality, November is known as the month of transformative souls. These are the souls who carry within themselves an energy of constant rebirth. They do not live on the surface of life. For them, everything is intense. Everything is felt deeply, all the way to the soul. And because of this, they are often seen as mysterious. They can be difficult for others to decipher or fully understand. From an early age, these people often face emotional trials. These trials are deeper than what the average person experiences. They face betrayal. They face abandonment. They face significant losses. They go through powerful experiences that force them to grow up and mature long before their time. But all of this pain has a spiritual purpose. Its purpose is to strengthen the spirit. Its purpose is to activate a special gift inside them, the gift of transmutation. Those born in November are forged in the fire of powerful emotions. And the more that life tests them, the more this soul learns a vital skill. It learns how to rebuild itself, and each time it becomes stronger. It becomes more aware. It becomes more deeply connected to its ultimate spiritual mission. The great challenge for these people is to learn to control their emotional intensity without completely blocking it off. They feel emotions very strongly. They desire things deeply. They have an inner force that is like a powerful river. If this river is misdirected, it can explode. It can come out as anger, as possessiveness, or as self-sabotaging behavior. Spiritually, the November journey is all about learning to use this immense force as a tool. It is meant to be a tool for healing, not for destruction. When these souls make the conscious choice to channel their energy for good, they become something remarkable. They become catalysts for deep transformation. And this transformation is not only for themselves, but for everyone around them. Their spiritual gift is a deep, powerful intuition and the ability to go to emotional and spiritual places where no one else is willing to go. People born in November can see hidden truths. They can sense lies without any logical explanation. They have a very strong connection to the invisible world, to the world beyond our everyday sight. It is no coincidence that many born in this month feel a powerful spiritual calling, even if they cannot explain it with words. They are naturally drawn to the occult, to the mystical, to everything that exists beyond the surface of life. And when they learn to trust this deep connection, they awaken dormant gifts inside themselves. They awaken psychic gifts, mediumistic abilities, or a natural talent for therapeutic healing. If you were born in November and have felt too intense, too complicated, or just emotionally tired from having to restart your life so many times, know this: you are not here to live a light and easy life. You are here to live a true and authentic one. Your soul is deep because it has an important mission. It has the mission to heal wounds that others cannot even see, let alone touch. Buddhist spirituality recognizes in you a warrior soul. You carry the gift of emotional alchemy, the power to turn pain into wisdom. You are not fragile. You are the very process of transformation in human form. And the world needs that power now more than ever before. People born in December carry an energy that is a special mix. It mixes expansion, lightness, and a deep spiritual depth. They are the people who always seem to be looking beyond the horizon. They see possibilities where other people only see limitations and closed doors. Buddhist spirituality sees December in a specific way. It is the month of traveling souls, of wise souls. These are souls who came into the world with a core mission to seek. They are not just seeking new places, but they are seeking meanings. The search for knowledge, for freedom, for a true life purpose is something that pulses within them from the moment they are born. Even when they are very young and do not yet know where this feeling will lead them, these people feel a certain truth. They feel that they were not born for an ordinary, simple life. They have a restless spirit. They have a questioning mind. They have a dreaming heart. They want to understand the meaning of everything. They want to know the world. They want to learn about different cultures, different philosophies, and different ways of living. But this beautiful desire can also create an internal conflict. At the same time that they crave absolute freedom, They feel a constant longing for something. They don't even know what it is. This happens because their souls hold the memory of many lives. They carry inside them a deep desire to return to a spiritual home that they have not yet found in this world. The great challenge for those born in December is to find a balance between heaven and earth. They are natural visionaries. They are dreamers with grand ideas and big plans. But they sometimes have great difficulty putting all of these ideas into practical action. They can start many projects and then struggle to finish them. They can get lost in their own fantasies, which can distance them from the present moment. Their spiritual mission here is to learn a vital lesson. They must learn that the now is also sacred. They must learn that their feet can walk firmly on the ground without preventing their eyes from continuing to look at the infinite sky above. Their spiritual gift lies in their spontaneous wisdom and in the inspiration they naturally transmit to others. Even without realizing they are doing it, people born in December can lift the spirits of those around them. They can spark new ideas in others. They can reignite a person's lost faith. They can bring fresh, new perspectives to difficult and stuck situations. They have an energy of expansion. Wherever they go, they leave a trail of optimism, of creativity, and a renewed will to live life fully. They are often seen as carefree or without worries. But the truth is that they have learned on a soul level not to cling to things that have no solution. And that in itself is a very high form of spiritual wisdom. If you were born in December, you may have felt certain criticisms your whole life. You may have felt that you fly too high, that you live with your head in the clouds, or that your personal spirituality does not fit neatly into any box. But you must understand, you did not come into this world to be fitted in. You came to blaze new trails for others to follow. Buddhist spirituality sees in you an expansive, bright light. It sees a soul that is extremely connected to the divine. Your love for freedom is not a flaw. It is a tool for healing, both for yourself and for the world. And when you learn to honor all of your gifts without running away from the present moment, your life undergoes a shift. It stops being an endless search and becomes a sacred journey of continuous awakening. After exploring these months and delving into the spiritual meaning behind each birth, you may have realized something profound. Nothing about you is random. Your birth date is not an accident. It carries spiritual codes. It carries karmic lessons you are here to learn. It carries hidden potentials that are waiting to be unlocked. And when you access these potentials, it can completely transform the way you see your own life. And the most surprising and comforting thing is this. The more you understand your own essence, the clearer everything becomes. You see that the pains you experienced, the struggles you faced, they also had a purpose. They were shaping you for your path. Self-knowledge is the portal to healing. By reading this, you have just taken a huge and important step in that direction. Buddhist wisdom teaches us a beautiful concept. It teaches that each soul carefully chooses the moment to be born. It is not just a random day. It is the specific month, the specific environment, the specific energy of that cosmic cycle. Everything is intentional. Everything is sacred. And by recognizing this, you also begin to realize something else. You realize that the universe never left you alone. It was always with you. It was just waiting for you to remember who you truly are, deep down at the level of your soul. Maybe you have spent your whole life trying to fit in. You tried to adapt to what others wanted. You tried to keep your true thoughts silent. But now you understand a greater truth. Your soul has a unique frequency, a special vibration that is only yours. Your mission is not to change that frequency to match others. Your mission is to honor it. If any of the months you read here touched your heart, if one described you perfectly, or if one moved you to tears, do not ignore that feeling. This is the calling you have been waiting for. This is the moment your own soul recognizes an ancient truth that was merely dormant inside you, waiting for the right time to wake up. And it does not matter if you still have doubts. It does not matter if you still have fears. It does not matter if you carry old traumas. We all do. What truly matters now is what you are going to do with this new understanding. Will you take this insight and hide it away? Will you hide your light again? Or will you make a different choice? Will you allow your true light to shine exactly as you are? The choice is always yours to make. But you should know this. The more you connect with the energy of your birth, the more you will feel a shift. The universe will begin to conspire in your favor, opening doors that were once closed. And please understand that this is just the beginning of the journey. There is still so much more for you to discover about yourself. There is more to learn about your karma. There is more to understand about your spiritual mission. There are patterns you need to break and new ones you need to build. If you want to continue accessing content like this, content that does not just inform you, but truly awakens something inside you, then you already know what you need to do. You can subscribe to the channel. You can activate the bell to receive notifications so you do not miss anything new. You can leave your like on this video. This is your way of saying to the universe, yes, I am ready. I want to keep getting to know myself. I am ready to grow and to evolve. And if this message touched you in any way, if it resonated with your spirit, then share it. Share it with someone who also needs to hear these words. Now, before we finish, we invite you to do one more thing. Comment below with your birth month. Share what struck you the most in the description of your soul. You will quickly realize a beautiful truth. You are not alone. There is a whole community of people out there with similar gifts. They have similar wounds. They are searching for similar purposes. Let's create a space together. Let's create a space of support, of recognition, and of evolution. Your voice matters in this community. Your energy is necessary for this collective growth. And if you have made it this far, if you have read every single word, you can be absolutely sure of one thing. The journey of your spiritual awakening has already begun for you. You have already taken the first, most important step.